What's Sammy? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is beautiful, beautiful 2021. What can I say? Living life. So I just wanted to talk to you today about something that I've seen in the news today, or not today, over the last years. I spend a lot of time on YouTube just watching random videos, just whatever YouTube suggests for me. Now, because of the algorithm, whatever I watched previously, it'll review videos just like that. So I'll watch like cooking videos, travel videos, videos on Thailand, living in Thailand, because that's where I want to retire. Korean videos, cooking videos. And then for a little while, I was watching videos from like auditors, First Amendment auditors in America. And, it was kind of silly for a little while. And then I found them to be monotonous because they're like pushing the envelope and trying to, like, my opinion, bait. And then this got me thinking about what's going on in the news lately in America and Canada and UK and all over the world. And one of the reasons why I like Korea so much, and it's a topic of racism, or race, or prejudice, or bias, whatever you want to call it. Now, I have my own opinions. I'm going to keep them kind of slightly to myself. I'm just going to talk about my experience, okay? I'm not talking about other people's experience. I'm not belittling anything. I'm not commenting on the world that we live in today. I'm commenting on my personal experience. So I grew up in a small town north of Toronto, 2,000 people. And it was predominantly white, 99% white, with another big block of Portuguese. So my town was Dutch, settled by the Dutch, a lot of white, and a lot of Portuguese, like lots of Portuguese. Okay, they had settled in the area. So for Italian, Portuguese. So funny thing is that my 4 best friends growing up, one was Jamaican, one was Italian, one was Portuguese, and one was white, British white. I had one of every race. I didn't have any Southeast Asians, no, and I didn't have any East Asians. Okay, that was, my small town. And going to high school, I was the only South Asian. My brother and I, that's it. And he, I was a senior when he was a freshman. So going to school, I don't remember being different. I don't remember. I don't recall. And I had on Facebook a high school acquaintance. I know who he is, but I wasn't really friends with him. We were in the same school. It's a small high school, so you're friends with everybody. But he commented, and he was like apologizing for being like rude and racist to me. And I'm like, I don't recall it. So it wasn't really important to me. And I think because one thing is that when someone is rude or ignorant, I don't chalk it down to racism. I chalk it down to ignorance and intelligence. I've always been attracted to people who are smart. All of my friends are smart, intelligent, okay, and are worldly. So when someone who is commenting to me about something about me, about their perception of me, and they don't know me, I chalk it up to ignorance. I'm like, and since I was a young person, I will never argue with someone who is stupider than me, because it just makes you stupider. You're not going to change their mind. You're never, ever, ever going to change someone's mind. They need to learn for themselves, because they're going into the argument thinking that they're right. They're not going to back down. Think about that. No one is going to back down and say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm wrong, you're right. Okay? Especially in front of someone that has no power over them. The only people you listen to are people who have power over you. Okay? The courts, the law, okay, your boss, and even then, in the back of your mind, you have to follow them, but you don't have to, respect them. But the law you do. So that's basically where it comes down to, is that These people, I don't care for them, so why would I care what they say? So it brings me to another topic, is people today talking about cyberbullying and things like that, and I just don't get it. I understand what it is, I get it, but I just don't understand how it affects you. And that's my ignorance. Okay? I'm not going to say it doesn't exist. I'm not going to say that I don't understand it. I understand it. It doesn't affect me. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't affect me. I have a YouTube channel. I have a Facebook group. I have everything. And people constantly. I've had people make comments. And I'm like, I don't reply. I just look at it as ignorance. You know? One of my videos on what not to say to a VIP host. Someone commented to the point where it's like, oh, I would never go to a club with someone like that. And I'm like, great, I don't want you coming to my club. You know, it doesn't faze me. I don't really respond to it. You know, I just look at it like, whatever. You know, haters or trolls, it never ever bothered me. It never will. You know, I just look at people, I just like, whatever. You know, I can recall a female friend of mine, very good female friend of mine, like brother and sister. And the guy was like, I don't want you hanging around with my girlfriend. I'm like, bro, I was friends with her before you ever came along, and I'm going to be friends with her long after you're gone. 11 years on, I'm still friends with her, best friends with her, okay? And he's nowhere to be found. So, you know, I just chalk it up to my life experience. And here's the thing, is that people's opinions are, in my experience, okay? This is not anything, I'm just talking off the top of my head here, okay? In my experience, people's opinions are developed through education, experience, and through their family. The most virulent extremist people have either been injured in their past or bring the hate from their family or their bias from their family. I don't have that because I'm not nationalistic, because I don't have a nation. I posted in my high school Facebook group about my past, and 90% of the people said they didn't realize that about me because I never advertised it. I was born in China. I have Sri Lankan descent, but I've never really lived there other than vacation. I grew up in Italy, and then I became a Canadian citizen. I didn't even speak English until I was 6 or 7 years old. Right? I never even spoke English. I spoke 4 languages before I ever spoke English. I've traveled all over the world. I've lived in 6 or 7 countries. Korea is my 7th country. I've spoken 9 languages, and I've traveled to over 140 countries. Prior to arriving in Canada as a 6-year-old, I had traveled to at least 10 countries, and at that point spoken 4 languages. So, you know, I currently hold 2 citizenships and 2 permanent residences. So for me, nationalism is not anything that I have because I don't belong to any one nation. My parents never instilled any kind of nationalistic pride in me. Yeah, I love Sri Lanka, but I personally have not experienced anything there. I love Canada, but I just grew up there. My parents didn't, grow up there. My grandparents didn't grow up there. I have no connection to the country other than my citizenship and my education. And currently today, I have nothing connecting me to Canada. I'm a non-resident citizen. I enjoy the benefits of the passport, and that's it. Okay? The only thing I have coming to me from Canada is my pension, the government pension and old age security in 15 years. If I live that long, hopefully. Anyway, so when people get all riled up, it's because of a sense, in my opinion, it's a sense of entitlement. They feel they deserve to be treated a certain way. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't care. I had just today I had a comment with my friend, and he was like, yeah, this one person is like acting like a child, and I said, that's why I don't That's why I'm rude. You're gonna act like a child. Get out. I don't have time for that. I do recall one time in a club, this girl said, that's triggering to me, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm being triggered by what you're saying, and I'm like, I don't understand what that means. She goes, you're upsetting me. I said, so I have control over your emotions? Is that what you're saying? She goes, no, I just don't like it. I go, well, there's the door. You can just walk out anytime you want. You're telling me that I don't have the freedom of expression, or that I have control over your emotions? Which one is it? She goes, well, I'm like, I don't care what you have to say. You're not important to me. I don't care about you. She goes, well, that's rude. I go, my expression of my beliefs is rude? Then you have a problem. Because my expression of my opinion is my opinion and my right. If you don't like it, you can walk away, but you cannot stop me from saying what I wish to say. And you cannot control or dictate what I say, because that's infringing on me. So when people get all upset about it, I'm like, learn your place. First of all, I come from a different generation and a different time. Yes, times have changed and I need to grow with the times. I need to evolve. But you're not going to dictate to me how I'm going to act or think. I can think whatever I want. And let me tell you, I have some opinions that people would be shocked at. Okay? But I keep them to myself because I know that they're not popular. But they're my opinions. I'm entitled to them. I choose not to share them with everybody. So I have some deep feelings about all sorts of topics that are very sensitive, and I will not share them with anyone. Some of my closest friends, I think maybe one or two of my closest friends know about certain my opinions on certain topics. Otherwise, nobody. I don't even think my parents or my brother know, because I don't discuss it. It's not anything that is anybody's business. And that's where I think the world needs to go, is people need to settle down, keep their opinions to themselves, and not worry about the rest of the world or anybody else. Just worry about their own little world, okay? That's my take on this. I want everyone to be happy, healthy, and safe. Live life, stay happy, don't get stressed out. Enjoy life. Ite Wad Sammy, I'm out.